Hi everyone. Today on the content we're looking at the word called worry. It's an amazing word, and it's a word that I'm sure a lot of us can relate to, because by default, you being a human being just naturally comes with a lot of uncertainties, a lot of unpredictable events and situations, hence the reason why we constantly worry. But I wanted to just shed a bit of light on why I feel that we over worry, and hopefully at the end of the content you start to understand that not everything needs that energy of worry to see it through. What do I mean by that? I simply am saying to you that before the personal developmental journey, I used to worry about everything. I used to worry. I wake up in the morning, I'm worried about how my day will play out. I'm worried if the basics in my life would turn out the way I wanted them to turn out. But you know what I found that when I started the personal developmental journey, I realized that a lot of times, right, and this is something that I had to take cognizance of, and over time I kind of just drew a correlation in my worry analogy, which is basically, it's almost by default that you would just want to just worry and attach a negative emotion to certain situations. You're going to the store, you'll be worried that I don't know if I'll get there and they've already closed. Or you wake up in the morning and you're worried that if your car will start and you haven't even put the key in the ignition to start it. You get what I'm trying to say? You're worried that your presentation isn't going to be good enough. You haven't even gotten to the presentation to deliver the presentation. You're worried that you might not get that promotion. You're worried your boss might not like you. Worried, we just keep worrying and worrying. And the funny thing is that a lot of times, right, in a 24-hour day, what am I even saying? Like 70% of the things that we worry about actually are false. They don't even exist. Like, it's almost like when you're worried, right, about these things, you're draining energy that could have been diverted to something productive in your life. And not just even just in the direction of productivity, but also health-wise. You're constantly worrying, your blood pressure is constantly up for situations and events that most of the time you can't even control. And even, like I always say, 90% happens to you, you can't control. The 10% you can't control. Why worry? Why worry about things that are very trivial? Why don't you first of all get to the car, start your car first, and then establish if it will come on or if it won't come on? Why worry about a presentation that you want to deliver? You're already attaching that negative sentiment to it, that you might not do well, or the delivery might not be on point, or you might not, your PowerPoint might not work, or the system you put the flash in might not start, or something like that. When you have not even gotten to that stage, most of the time you find out that your presentation will go nicely. Your flash drive will go into the system and it will open. You will not have any compatibility issue in terms of your PowerPoint not opening because it's a newer version or an older version. It's just very unnecessary. And the reason why I decided to create this content is because I wanted you to understand that if you take cognizance of the fact that you are a worrying being, and over time you monitor and establish these things that make you worry, right? You begin to draw this correlation and understand that you don't necessarily have to worry about 90% of the things that you currently are worrying about now. I'm not saying to live a nonchalant life or a carefree life, or I don't care or I don't sin type of lifestyle, but I'm saying that these energies that we exhaust on worrying can be channeled into other aspects of our lives that would also draw us closer to being more successful individuals, to be more established individuals, to be more all-round individuals who have a hold on their lives. And that's the reason why I decided to sit down today to create this content, to make you understand that worrying is not the way forward. It's something that you need to go head on and tackle, and over time you will get a more substantial hold on your ability to control your worrying state of mind. It's your digital influencer. Don't worry, just execute. Life is 90% the things you can't control, 10% the things you can control. And I'm telling you for a fact that in the 10% of the things that you can't control, it's good enough to become as successful an individual as you have been created to be. I will see you at the top. It's your digital influencer. Let's all be all we have been created to be. Cheers.